What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing a video requested by you guys, and remember, if you have any Reinhardt tips you want me to do, remember to leave them down in the comment section below. Also make sure you have a like at the end of this video if you do enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So one of the fundamental things about playing Reinhardt is the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt mind games, and I want to say this is one of the most fundamental things, because if you are a veteran or seasoned, or just like I said, veteran Reinhardt, you're gonna be able to use that to your advantage against an enemy Reinhardt who is maybe not as good, not as seasoned as you are in Reinhardt. Maybe they just started off, or maybe you have a very good Reinhardt who maybe doesn't know mind games, or maybe you're on an even playing field. Either way, you're gonna be able to use those Reinhardts who are not as good as basically your pawns. You can position them wherever you want, because you're controlling the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt mind games, because you obviously know what to do in what situation, which is a huge advantage. Reinhardt is one of the biggest tanks in the game. No, Roadhog is not tank. He has more health, but he's not tank. Reinhardt has 2000 HP to protect his squishies, to protect his teammates from basically dying. So if you eliminate that, and if you're able to control the enemy Reinhardt, if you're able to use him as your play toy, that's gonna be a huge advantage to your fucking team. It's gonna win you games. It's gonna just be overall one of the biggest skills you could have, besides the obvious charging, just landing good ults and stuff like that. But Reinhardt versus Reinhardt mind games is one of the most interesting things I have seen in Overwatch, because I've never seen such a dynamic between two heroes that are the same. Like McCree versus McCree, it's obvious, like, you shoot each other. You really don't have a mind game such as Reinhardt versus Reinhardt. It's so fun to watch, but when you're playing it yourself, it's the best way to learn. Like when you're playing Reinhardt yourself, and when you're learning how to play mind games versus the other enemy Reinhardt, it's gonna help you improve quite a bit, and it's gonna help you a lot. One of the first things you need to know is when an enemy Reinhardt has an ult and when to call it out. Obviously, you have to be sure. One of the telltale things is he's trying to get a good angle on you. He's maybe trying to break your shield, and one of the things I suggested you is tell your teammates immediately. If he gets your teammates down on their shadow along with you, their team can just steamroll through you and your whole entire team and win a point, win a just a payload capture point, whatever, and basically win games because of that, because he knocks you down, and the 2000 HP barrier you have is gonna be knocked out, is gonna be gone, and vice versa goes for you the same if you do that to them. So one of the things you have to do is obviously try to keep your shield up, because that counters the whole point of a shatter. It doesn't go through shields. Or if you have a Winston, maybe say Winston, drop a shield, and we can all back up here with Lucio's speed boost. Try to call it out, because when an enemy Reinhardt tries to ult you, and if he succeeds, that's a huge play. Also, one thing I would like to add, if he's very close to you and he's not playing it smart, charge him. Like, that's the easiest thing, charge him. Especially if he's not very good Reinhardt, he doesn't counter charge you, you're gonna get a free kill. Effectively, you're gonna be one up, and you're gonna win the team fight. Steamroll through them. They're gonna have to wait for their enemy Reinhardt to respawn again, so they can play with them again, so they can push up the point again, and basically gives you some free time, and you win a team fight. Now, this is something that should be very obvious to a lot of Reinhardts, but it isn't. This is something I think I'm very well trained in, and this is something I train myself to. When I hear an enemy Reinhardt charging, you gotta counter charge him. No questions asked. No if I should or shouldn't do it. Nothing. Don't question it whatsoever, except for just in situations where you're alone. Don't counter charge him, just try to avoid him. And a lot of people are gonna say, well, why not just move to the left? Well, because if he's charging to you and you just back up, he can charge one of your teammates, and your teammates are not maybe as quick to see who's maybe they're not looking at him, maybe he's a different angle. If he's charging at your team, you always counter charge him, no questions asked. That's one of the things I think a good Reinhardt should always know. Counter charge. This is one of the things that you can't just learn. There's no special tactic. Just do it. Like every time you see enemy Reinhardt charging, you press shift, you charge him, and you both get stunned. Now, if you call it to your team, I'm gonna stun this guy, punish him. Your team punishes him. You're effectively again one up, and you're gonna steamroll through the team if you have some ults. And this is one of the things that wins you games if you do it. If you don't do it, he's gonna charge you. He is going to basically murder you because he charged you, and if his team is along with him, they're gonna murder through your whole team, because you effectively are dead or very low health. You can't play because you have like 100 health. You're just backing up. It's a very bad spot to be in, so always try to counter charge. And one thing also like that, if you're not 100% sure, like if you're like 50, like you're maybe not, maybe do, try to set up a situation where if he does charge you, you can counter charge him. Now come up to the point where you are the Reinhardt who wants to ult enemy Reinhardt. Obviously, the first thing I would like to suggest is tell your team to just destroy his shield so you can utilize your Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter is one of the best ults in the game in my opinion, just because it's just like Graviton but a little bit better. It doesn't put them all in one place, which is not plus, but it does put them all down, incapacitates them, and doesn't let them use any abilities. Graviton puts them together, but they can still use abilities, ultimates, and stuff like that. Here, it does last a little bit shorter, but it does incapacitate them. I can't say that word. And basically, if your team is just behind you, you Earth Shatter, you get like a really good Earth Shatter in, you could just steamroll through them, obviously. Now, also one of the things I would like to add is, when do you actually charge enemy Reinhardt? When do you initiate? One of the things I look at is if he's with his team. Obviously, he's always gonna be with his team, but is he running away because he wants to ult your team? Is he doing something like very weird, like he's getting a weird angle? And obviously, if you're Lucio ulted, if you're Zen ulted, if you have those ults that grant you more health, you do charge him immediately and you do get a pin in, which is again gonna just win you the team fight, because like we said, Reinhardt is a very key player in, just the Overwatch 6-man stack, whatever kind of comp you have, because without Reinhardt, they don't have anything to shield them. They can win still, like Reinhardt is not a do or bust, but in most cases, when you kill a Reinhardt, they may have missed an opportunity to have a good Earth Shatter to counter your initiation on their point, and you're again going to be a 1-up, and you're going to be 65, and it's going to be very easy for you to just swing your hammer around and deal 70 damage per swing and just kill people, kill the squishies and make them back up, and you get the point. Now, my final point I would like to add, and this is not as much Reinhardt versus Reinhardt mind games, it's something that a lot of you who play Reinhardt or want to learn him should just look into. It's, you don't have to stay behind the shield too much. Reinhardt, yes, like one of his main things is his shield. Without his shield, if you think about it, he'd just be a big target unless there's someone like right in front of him. It's going to be very hard for him to hit shots unless he has a beast fire strike, but with his shield, he can move up, move down, do anything because he has 200 HP in front of him, and they have to go through that first and then go through to him, which he has 500 HP, effectively having 2500 HP, which is a lot. And when you stay behind the shield too much, you are maybe not doing as much as you could or as much as you should. You do have to protect your squishies, like I said, your McCrees, your Zens, your Lucios, your Hanzos, your soldiers. The soldiers a little bit more mobile, so you don't have to protect him as much, but protecting your squishies is the big thing. This is something I have to work on because obviously you guys know Eddie, he's the guy from Overwatch who has a very good McCree. I most of the time when he dies, it's because I didn't have my shield up, and it's like a pet peeve of mine to just go and play on the front lines, which is not bad, but if we're playing McCree, you should be protecting him 24/7, and you should charge when you have the just the initiation, when you have the Lucy ult, when you have just the speed boost and stuff like that. Just charge. Like, there's no wrong in charging, there's no wrong in trying to just be a little more aggressive than you should. In most cases, is either gonna just result in your team trying to bail you out a little bit, or in best case scenarios, you kill a person or two, or you get a good Earth Shatter because you maybe pinned an enemy Reinhardt and you killed him, you get a good Earth Shatter, your team steamrolls, effectively leading to you winning. So what I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid to get a little bit more aggressive, and don't be afraid to just charge anything you see, because that's one of the good things about battle running. Now, more about battle running is going to be in a different video. There's just like a quick little thing I would like to add. Thank you guys for watching. If you find this video informative, if you think I missed some points, though I think most of the things you learn from Reinhardt versus Reinhardt games are in game, obviously it's gonna help you very much, so try to play as much Reinhardt as you can. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what is your favorite thing that you want me to cover on Reinhardt, and I will see you guys later. Peace.
Nice to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, where are you from? More baklava. Mr. fucking like me. Hello, Aladdin. Nice to have you on the show. Can we call you Al or maybe just Din? Or how about